Howdy folks, this is a midweek shave for me. Excuse me. I had noticed, especially yesterday, got a place down here on my neck that seemed to be getting a little bit irritated. So, past couple of days I've been shaving with this double duck, and it's got a Personna blade in it. And I was debating whether or not maybe either skipping a day of shaving or trying to work around it, use a different shaver. I was really debating. So, but what helped make my mind up was I got a mail call yesterday. So it won't be with the double duck, but it's going to be with this razor. And let's see if I can get this, yep, like that. I don't know if you can see that on the front. That is GCR Green Country razors. Get it right side up, huh? That might help. That's what it looks like on the end. And it is a open comb. I have a Personna blade in it. I've had it over here in the warm mug of water, and got this brush to go right along with it. That's a badger knot. Not real sure what knot size it is. Pretty well loaded with soap, and that's what the end of it looks like right there. This came from Green Country Razors also. Soap of the day, it's going to be TFS. I'm thinking that's pronounced as Mattino, maybe. I know what I pick up here is the there's the cedar, the bergamot, the rose. This is it's a great scent. At least I like it. I don't know if you will or not, but I know I do. It smells great. I've already had a hot towel to the face. Got some bloom water. Let's go ahead and get lathered up here. I started with this down here, whatever that is, a few days ago, and I noticed yesterday it got good and angry. It was pretty red down there. So depending on, I don't know how aggressive this razor is going to be. So the idea is I might be kind of particular about how I run a razor across it today, or I might just go all the way around it depending on how it feels. And I'm not sure if I'm going to finish out the rest of the week on with the shave head as opposed to a single edge razor or not, because I don't like I say, it's getting pretty angry right there. I'm not sure what I did to irritate that spot. I'm not so sure that one of the shirts I was wearing was rubbing up against it. That kind of helped inflame it. But I'm thinking what I'll do is, if everything goes well over the weekend, I'll go ahead and shave with the double duck. Comes to the double duck, I have the, as you saw, this is the safety matic. And I also have one that looks like this with the guard. And this one here, I don't know if this is a pearl one or not. I have to do a little bit more research on it. Now, those two that I just showed you will take a blade like this from Personna. But if you get one like this double duck that's a lifetime, and it is a bit bigger, this one blade is bigger, and as you can kind of tell, with it being bigger like that, that's a pride toward in other words, you're not going to get a Personna blade to fit that. So far I haven't been able to hunt it down to find out. I don't think anybody makes blades for it, in other words. But I'm still looking. Pass number one. Since this is my first shave with it, of course this will be my first impression. Still trying to decide. It kind of I wouldn't say it's a mild shaver. I think I'll wait a moment. A wee bit of feedback on there from the razor. If you've had a Parker 24 or I think a 26C up and coming, in other words, I think it's a little bit more aggressive than that. Phone's busy this morning. We've been under a tornado watch overnight. The weather around here is definitely unseasonable. You can definitely feel the blade with this razor. I can still smell the soap. These, the three, this one here, as well as the other two that I've shaved with this week, is from a series of pinups. Classic pinups, I guess you might say. And it got me thinking, how many soaps do I have with what I'm going to say is pretty ladies on the front. Excuse me. And thought that I would dig out all the soaps that I have ladies on the front, and shave with all of them. So I've got them all kind of sort of set up and ready to go. And I think I counted up about a dozen of them, almost 2 full weeks. Yeah, that's pretty good considering my nose, the way that it works, which is only part of the time, and even then it's pretty iffy when I can smell the scent of the soap while I'm putting it on my face. These three pinups, they come in, well, let me look again. No, it's 2.54 ounces, in other words 2.5 ounces more or less, and 75 milliliter. It's a plastic container. For me, I like that size. For one, it doesn't take up quite as much room with all the other soaps, and it also comes at a lower price point, and so you start figuring all that together, then you also can get some more soap, more of a variety, in other words. this is the part I'm not too sure about whether. I think I'm just going to go with the green again now through here. It doesn't seem to be too terribly angry just yet. Don't know that I'm going to go against the grain right there. Like I say, it's kind of irritated. Figure if I'm real careful right through there, it'll be all right. It took a while for. I got this soaked through Italian barber. I'll put all the links for this as it goes with scent profile and all that neat stuff. But got this through Italian barber. Before they started carrying it, I was, guess you might say, scouring the internet trying to find somebody that would ship it to me. All excited, I thought I found one. Paid for it. And then they said, nope, we don't ship to you. I thought, oh darn. Because there was a few other soaps that I was trying to get a hold of that it's not the easiest to get here in the States. I've only had one other badger knot brush. It was pretty floppy. Didn't like it. That was the only other one I had. But yesterday I got this one here, as well as this one here. Both of them being badger. So now I have two brushes that are badger, and I think I'll continually use these two throughout the rest of the week. Got to use them, in other words, in order to break them in. I cleaned them up last night, and we'll see how I like them. I would be comparing them to my horsehair brushes. Don't remember right offhand how many I have, but I'm thinking 5, maybe 6 horsehair brushes. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a mild razor. Say close to medium. Maybe borderline aggressive. Maybe. Depends on you, in other words, is my my opinion of it. I guess I'm also in the back of my mind, what am I comparing this to in the way of a mild shaver? Might be I have a razor from Mac Metalworks that is the head of its pattern after a 1965 Gillette Tech. A very smooth, comfortable shaver, and that's what I'm comparing this to. As well as the Parker 24. See, I think I just got myself right there. May have a nick. It happens. Go ahead and get rinsed off here. See what the alum block says. Had a the shave hairs went pretty decent, considering that I've got that irritation down there. trying to be careful with it. I don't know if you can see it. It's trying to get ugly. Usually about halfway through the day it finally calms down where I don't notice it quite as much anymore. Like I say, the shirts, collars rubbing on them. May have to be a little bit picky about my collar today. See if I can't find a shirt that don't rub on it. Where I work, you know, in other words, collar is one of those things they prefer to see you wear to work. So in other words, a t-shirt is frowned upon, except for on certain days, depending on what's going on at work. Doesn't feel too bad right there right now. It's the only place that felt like it's trying to get out of control. Had to change the direction of my rubber band. I had noticed I had went it this way with it, and noticed the rubber band was starting to get very close to the edge right there. So I changed the direction of the rubber band so it wouldn't be in the way anymore. This is my first alum block, by the way. So I am still learning. Yeah, it's not too bad. Where I thought I caught myself, it's not stinging right there. May have got lucky. Pretty good shave this morning. Witch hazel of the day. It's getting close to being at the bottom. Humphreys. I do have a container of Thayer's. I've never used Thayer's. Still got the seal on it. Been kind of thinking about using it next. Still got that spot right there though that's kind of tender for some reason. I know it gets tender like that every so often. The I can say like back in the day, back when I was first shaving. In other words, back in my teens, right here at the corners of the mouth seems to be the spots I remember where you get the most weepers, if you will, irritation. It was pretty rough right there back then. So in other words, I've had facial hair for a good long while. When you get those kind of shaves where it's not comfortable at all, yeah, growing facial hair is the thing to do to avoid it. Aftershave of the day is going to be Floid Black. And before I forget, I can't tell you how many different times, and off camera what I use for the my beard oil is going to be sterling orange. Remember this time. I have been forgetting forever, because I usually do that, you know, off camera, so I don't think to include it sometimes in the shave until after I done shut the camera off. Floid, if you don't have any Floid comes in a glass container. I like the glass containers. Boy, this smells good. Floyd's good. This is the only one I have, but eventually I will get the rest of them. Floyd is good. I like Floyd. This is great scent. Love this stuff. Alright, going back over what I shaved with today. Over here in my warm mug of water. Also keep it like that so that it's easier for me to clean up the razor real quick at the end of my shave. There it is. Green Country razors. And there it is also at the end of the handle. Nice shaver. Especially if you're looking for something a little bit, got a couple of days growth. This would be a good one to go to. One of two of my Badger Knot brushes. Going to see how these work out for me. This is, I wouldn't say it's heavyweight, but it does have it's weighted well down at the bottom, it feels like to me. I kind of like that. Once again, here's my other brush. Pretty decent looking knots. Soap of the day. Hope everybody is doing well. Survive the night if you had any severe weather. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.